Hello, everybody. This is another vlog update. My back is killing me. My back is completely cooked. I blew it out at the gym. Actually, I went to the chiropractor the day before on Monday. And today's Thursday, by the way, March 5th, I think. So I went to the chiropractor and he did something different. I'm not blaming him, but he definitely did something different and he told me he did something different. He said, I'll ask you about it next time. And actually, my back hurt that day in the evening, but it felt better. Like, I felt kind of like better. Like, different. I don't know how to describe it perfectly, but I felt different, more, like I could feel and move more in my, like, hips and my pelvis. So it was just really just such an unusual feeling. Felt more normal. I felt more human. And then, I know that sounds weird to say, but then I went to the gym the next day, and I don't know why I thought my back was like doing good, and I tried lifting up two 60-pound dumbbells off the ground, and I just like totally blew out my back. It didn't blow out at that moment. I just felt something. Like I felt like, ugh, that didn't feel good. And I like, to pick them up, I like crouched down like into like a crouching position, and I had my hands on one, like on each side, and I tried to stand up like that. And that was at the moment when my back, like, I felt like it, like I strained it or hurt it or something. And I also did other exercises too that probably didn't help it either. Like I was trying to shoulder press, standing shoulder press like 45s. And I don't know. I also did like weighted dips and weighted pull-ups. So maybe the weight belt hanging from my waist would have hurt it too, but then I went home, and then my back hurt in the evening, but it wasn't like so bad. And I thought, well, I just need to go to sleep, and it will improve if I sleep. And then I woke up in the morning and my back felt kind of okay, and I was like, oh, all right, it's not so bad. And that was Wednesday at that point. And then I went to read the Bible in the morning, something I try and do. And then I was like, well, I should go for a walk around the block first, because it's good to get light and movement in the first thing in the morning. It was like 8 o'clock, and so I just wanted to walk around the block. And halfway around the block, I sneezed, and that was it. It was like my lower back just like got hit by a truck when I sneezed, because I was like frozen in pain standing there. And then I inched forward, like walked forward really slowly, and I was like, in so much pain. And, it's not a joke. Like, if you've ever been in that much pain or know what it's like, it's not a joke. It's not funny. It's like, when you're in that much pain, you're not laughing, okay? It's not funny. I know I'm kind of laughing now, but I honestly don't know how to react sometimes to like being in terrible pain. But then I grabbed onto like a pole, and I stood there for a while. And actually, like right now, my back's killing me too, just sitting up. But then I walked home, and I was like shuffling home. And I got home, and I just tried to like lie down on the couch. And it was hard to even just like lie down and get my boots off. It was like a huge struggle. And then I lied down, I had a nap, and I woke up, and like my back was cooked, and I couldn't do anything. I just laid in the bed. I got into bed, and I laid in bed, and that was it. That was it. I literally could not even get out of bed for most of the day yesterday. And I called my mom, and thankfully she came down and she was like helping. She took out the trash and recycling, and she fed the cat, and she made me some food and brought me a water. But I couldn't even like move. Like then later in the night, like to go to the bathroom, I had to like crawl. I couldn't stand. And so my back is just completely like cooked, like it's destroyed. Um, and I mean, it kind of worries me a little bit because um, I think the thing that worries me is if it's like going to be a chronic thing or if it's going to be, long term. But I still have hope that it would heal. I pray obviously that my back will heal, but I don't really like the thought of it being like a chronic thing and then always having back issues. And it's weird because I never really had back issues for a long time. They only came around in the last 6 months. And so, yeah, anyway, then I went to bed and I had such a bad sleep last night. Um, I hosted a Bible study before I went to bed at like 8 o'clock. Backing up a little bit, I hosted a Bible study and like I couldn't even get up. Like I had to do it from my bed. It was just on Discord. And then after that, I went to bed and I like had such a bad sleep because I kept waking up in the middle of the night. Like I remember waking up and adjusting like 5 or 6 or more different times like during the middle of the night. I'm not even sure how many times, but I would like kind of like, because my back hurt, like lying on it, just straight on my back, it hurt. And then I'd try and lie on my side, but that hurt. And I'd try and lie on my stomach, and that would be okay for a little while. But then I'd fall asleep, and then I wake up, and it was a really crummy sleep, like not a good sleep. And then I woke up in the morning, and yeah, my back's still cooked. I couldn't even like I had to crawl again to get to the washroom, and it was hard to feed the cat because his like cat food is like in not the second floor. It's on the like on a shelf, so I had to like reach up to try and like feed him. So I'm basically just debilitated right now. It's awful, and I would say that it's like a humbling experience, It really is humbling because yeah, you take it for granted if your back is doing great or if you're young or something, and those are good things, those are blessings. But if you don't have it, it's like you're so screwed. Like you're dependent. Like you can't do anything. But anyways, I'm just gonna keep waiting. I don't think my back's like gonna be super cooked forever, but I have another chiropractor appointment on the 11th, and I'll tell him about it. But I kind of don't like the thought of just getting criticized for going to the gym. But I have to be honest, because I guess it was my fault for doing that. But the thing is, though, I had been lifting like 60s just like that before. It was that he did something different, and I didn't realize that it was gonna like really compromise my back like that at the gym, because I had been, lifting 60s like that from the ground, just like the same way I did to do shrugs, like shoulder shrugs. I had been doing that for like the weeks before he did that different adjustment. So really, honestly, I don't know what he did, but it was kind of a mixed one, because it made me feel like better, like it loosened something up or it opened something up or whatever. But it also yeah, I just went too hard, I guess, for whatever that adjustment was. But anyway, kind of whining about it here, but I got nothing else to do today. Yesterday I was just on my phone all day. It was like, it kind of is horrible. People will know what I'm talking about if they lay in bed and doom scroll for hours. I think a lot of people have this experience. If you're just online and you're doom scrolling, you're on different apps. Usually I'm on YouTube. I'm even sick of YouTube. Like, I've been addicted to YouTube my entire life, almost. Probably since I was like, I don't know, 12 or 13. And YouTube's a really easy one to get addicted to. And I think like everybody uses YouTube. Like, I think it's like 90+% of people use YouTube. And honestly, I've been thinking about this, and I really don't like the internet. Like, I'm not trying to be crazy, but I feel like the internet is just almost like a net negative, because if you think about like the joy that it's actually bringing, it's all tied to the fucking internet. Excuse my language. But for a lot of people, it's like there's like a promise or an expectation that the internet is going to be like solving all these problems. It's like, no, we just become dependent on it, and it's used against us. And then it's a tricky one, because then it's like you'll always get somebody trying to say, oh, well, it's just how you use it, it's a tool. It's like, okay, that's kind of true, but it's literally zombified so many people, like, and it's changed people, and everyone's personality is fucked. Not trying to be mean, but, and sorry for the language, but it's like, yeah, it sucks. It really sucks. And when I say it's used against us, it really is, like, through psyops, and these things are real. Like, people don't understand them or understand what's going on, but propaganda and psyops, they work. Just letting you know, those things work, and they work on you, they work on me, they work on people, and we're always being exposed to it through the internet, you know. And it's a tough one too. I think that people's ego gets in the way, or like their self-assuredness that doesn't work on them. Oh, it's not going to work on me. Bro, it works on everybody. And the thing is that it works too at a level that people don't really understand or can't contend with, because it works at a social level. Like those psyops and stuff, and propaganda, it's about changing the social milieu or interactions. It's not really about like an individual person as much. People think from an individual perspective, but it's not really, like, life is not that much about individuals as people think, but we're led to believe that, because that's somehow like where you can just like toss everything. Is if you want, you can toss it on the individual, and a certain percentage of people will just take it. Like, a lot of people will just take it, and they'll just constantly pound themselves down. But it's like not totally your fault. That's the thing. It's not totally your fault. It's like we're getting purposely fucked, like, excuse my language, but by design. And it's affecting us on a social level for sure. 1000% it is. And what I mean by that is, it's like everything has changed, you know. There's not good vibes out in the world as much as there used to be. And everyone can feel it, and there's more suspicion, there's more like bad attitudes, there's more negativity. And the reason that is because it's by design. They're trying to get rid of us. Like, I'm talking about like the Jews, the New World Order, the globalists, the elites, however you want to call it exactly. But they hate white Western Christian countries, trying to get rid of us. And they don't give a flying hoot if things get terrible, and it's just like it's just a mess out in society. They're doing that on purpose, and it's also like what we can bear. Like, they do it at a level that it's like, they're just throwing stuff onto like a bed frame, and we're the bed, and they just keep throwing more and more stuff on it, and watching it and seeing as it like strains and they're thinking like, okay, is it going to collapse? Well, no, we can throw more stuff on it. I don't know, it's a weird analogy, but it really is the way it is. It's a stress thing, and they just keep loading more and more stress onto us. And meanwhile, the things that take stress off are becoming less and less like commonplace, you could say. Like that would be like community, that would be family. Family's getting fucked. Like, I'm not trying to be mean, excuse my language, but there's not really strong families anymore. There's like the social cohesion is getting screwed, and people are pissed off, like, obviously. And so what do people do? It's like we go on the internet. We go on the internet. Everybody's on the internet. You know what I mean? And it's not really a good thing. Okay, so next, I'm going to read a psalm. I creased the cover of my Bible, dang it. I was trying to grab it and I could hardly move, like my back hurt. So I kind of like just clawed it, like pinched it a bit, and it creased the cover. That's not a big deal, but it's okay. Alrighty then. So, Psalm 6. O Lord, rebuke me not in thine anger, neither chasten me in thy hot displeasure. Have mercy upon me, O Lord, for I am weak. O Lord, heal me, for my bones are troubled. My soul is also troubled exceedingly. But thou, O Lord, how long? Return, O Lord, and deliver my soul. Save me for thy mercy's sake, for in death there is no remembrance of thee. In Sheol who shall give thee thanks? I am weary with my groaning, and every night I water my bed and wash my mattress with my tears. Mine eye is weakened because of anger, and I am troubled by all my enemies. Depart from me, all you workers of iniquity, for the Lord has heard the voice of my weeping. The Lord has heard my supplication. The Lord has received my prayer. Let all my enemies be ashamed and defeated. Let them turn back and be destroyed suddenly. I want to talk a little bit about that one. I noticed some parts in there that really gave me some thoughts, and I want to talk about that. First, I want to say that, so this is like an Old Testament psalm. So it would be, I think, part of the Torah. I just want to talk about like belief, like what people believe, because I think that's so important. So there's groups of people. We're made and told that we're not supposed to like acknowledge that, but it's like you're a fucking retard. Excuse my language. You're fucking retarded if you don't believe that. Like, that is the most like primary thing. But at least for me, like in Canada, we're just told constantly that you're not supposed to acknowledge that. But the thing is that we've got these other groups of people, and they're just taking advantage of us retarded white people. I'm not trying to be mean to white people, but or myself, but that's legitimately how it is, because people who believe stuff, that has power, that has strength. And there's groups of people out there like Muslims, Jews, other groups, Hindus, whatever. They believe stuff. And we don't even like take the effort to understand what they think. We just always think from our perspective, and our perspective is totally screwed. Like, it's totally distorted. We're getting fed garbage constantly. Like, all this self-help stuff, a lot of that is garbage. And a lot of the stuff that's like individual focused is just garbage. And then there's other groups, they think from a group perspective and they think about destroying their enemies. And it's like, that's us. You know what I mean? And people don't take this seriously. People don't think that that's a real thing or that it means anything. They can't even like fathom it. You know what I mean? And then their attention span is so screwed up that they just flit to something else immediately on like TikTok or whatever on their phone. And so people's like mental clarity is screwed up, so they can't even properly assess a threat or understand it or realize if it is a threat, because you can just jump worldviews. That's what it is. When you get all this like different stuff on your phone and everything, it's literally worldviews, and you're jumping through them. You're like flying through them. And doing that a lot, it really screws with you, because you just get no like stability. You get no ground. You get no foundation. And so, yeah, that's what's kind of what's happening in a large sense. But I also wanted to say about, this one kind of, I really felt this one, because it was talking about, have mercy upon me, O Lord, for I am weak. O Lord, heal me, for my bones are troubled. That's how I feel right now. I feel very weak. And my bones are very troubled. My back is just in a lot of pain. In verse 7 it says, mine eye is weakened because of anger, and I am troubled by all my enemies. I feel like that for sure. I feel like that. When you're angry, yeah, it does weaken you for sure. I mean, anger has like a purpose, but being like angry for a long period of time, yeah, it really does weaken you. And yeah, the verse before it, verse 6, I am weary with my groaning, and every night I water my bed and wash my mattress with my tears. Yeah, that's a real thing. Like, this is I think David wrote all the Psalms. King David, I'm pretty sure. But that's a real thing. Like, the emotion thing is real. Like, I think in the Old Testament, and like even I think in like maybe just a couple hundred years ago, I think people were much more emotionally like in tune, let's say. Because now it's fucked, excuse my language, but it's so screwed up now with the emotions, because they're all like trying to be controlled constantly and by other people, and so it's very weird. But I think that, like, in David's time, in the time of the Bible, and in just maybe a few hundred years ago as well, people used to weep. I'm not saying everybody was weeping all the time, but I just think that people used to have a more range, like a healthy range of their emotions. Like, they'd get sad and they'd weep, and then they'd be very happy, and then, they'd be peaceful, and they'd get angry and they'd feel it. But I just think that now it's like nobody feels their emotions really as much anymore, because it's not socially acceptable. Maybe that's one reason, but it's just screwed basically. And I see this all the time, and there could be a lot of reasons for it, but I think it's just an overload. Like, it's literally, I think for a lot of people it's an overload, and then we're in like a toxic environment all the time. And so what you see is, if you just look at people's eyes, this is, I think, a huge indicator. You can see it in their face generally, but the eyes, people's eyes, they just look like so unwell. Like there's like 1,000 tears stored behind their eyes, some people, and they're just holding it in. And for some people, it's like they have like dark circles or something like this, but it's I think you do see that in people. And I think the sad part about it too is, like, these people, they need an emotional release, but where can you really find it? You know what I mean? You can find it with God, I'll tell you that. But that's hard for people like to do on their own. You know, I do that a little bit, and I'm really thankful for it. And I think that, yeah, it's just not demonstrated. So yeah, you just see people, they're just going nuts, like more and more. But there are some healthy people. I'm not going to try and say it's everybody, but that's something I noticed. You know, there's still healthy people out there. It's becoming less and less. But yeah, so I think that like oh, it makes me think of this. Okay, so there's a thing about God's love. It's like if you're not it will actually burn you. Like if you're not able to receive it, it will burn you, and you will it will be painful, and you like won't accept it because you haven't accepted it in your heart. And when I was well, I'm still like this actually, not as much, not completely, but the love thing is really painful. Like if somebody says to you they love you, for a lot of people, they want that. Like they want to hear that, but it's like a part of them that's like deep down buried, almost like from when they're a child. But then there's all these other layers on top that don't trust it, that are like instantly suspicious and instantly like angry or something, and then there's like conflict between the layers. Not the perfect analogy for it, but or the parts of people or something like that, but that's literally happening to us all the time because God loves us all the time. And so yeah, it's a tough one. I don't know how to fully describe that one, but I've been telling people I love them more lately, and it's really difficult, I will say, because it like you're dealing with like a completely different reality when you do that. Like you're dealing, you know, we live in like the reality where it's like everyone's suspicious, everyone's greedy. It's like about making more money. It's like about looking cool. It's like about soaking up energy and attention and being heard for all the stupid shit we watch online and the things we think and whatever, our pet theories and whatever. So there's that reality. But if you tell somebody you love them, it's like everything like shifts. It's like everything is different. And I will tell you, it's not like, it's like it feels good, but it's also hard to do. Like it feels somewhat uncomfortable too, especially for me because I don't do that very often. But that's the thing. It's like somebody has to start it, you know? And again, it's not really me. Like all glory to God because God started it. Jesus started it. He's died for us out of love on the cross, self-sacrifice. But what was his greatest commandments? It's like, just to love God and to love others. And so really he's telling us to do that. And then there's like, maybe you've heard of this, but there's a reciprocity that comes with it. So it's like, people want to feel loved, right? You know what I mean? People want to be loved. People want to be accepted. People want to be liked. People want to hang around and do stuff and feel like they can try things and express their full potential. And if they fail, it's okay, and they can try again, and they can, have this unconditional love and all of this stuff going on. And people want that. But how do you get that? How do you get that? You have to give it. You actually have to give it first. You actually have to give it to people, and then you will receive it back too. And it's like, you're not guaranteed. It's not like a formula either. Because if people think logically about it, they might think like, okay, I, you know, I want X love at this time. I want 30 milliliters of love at at 9 p.m. How do I get that? How do I get that? Oh, okay. So I have to tell somebody I love them at 6 o'clock earlier, but I have to give them 30 milliliters of love, and they will give it back to me. It doesn't. It doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that. Okay. It doesn't work like that. And you can get hurt and you can get burned and everything. You probably you will. I mean, look what happened to Jesus. He killed him, but he still loves us, and that's why he's God. So yeah, we just have to keep loving people. I don't know exactly why Jesus is God, by the way, but I know that's a big part of it. Yeah. So, yeah. Anyway, I'm going to read another psalm. I read Psalm 7. O Lord my God, in thee do I put my trust. Save me from all them that persecute me. Deliver me, lest my soul be torn as by a lion, and there is no one to save me and to deliver me. O Lord my God, if I have done this thing, and if there be iniquity in my hands, if I have been vengeful to him that has done me evil, if I have oppressed my enemies without a cause, let the enemy pursue me and overtake me. Yea, let him tread down my life upon the earth, and lay my honor in the dust. Arise, O Lord, in thine anger. Lift up thyself over the neck of mine enemies, and make me alert in the judgment that thou hast commanded. Let the congregation of the peoples circle thee about, and for their sakes return thou on high. The Lord shall judge the people. Judge me, O Lord, according to my righteousness, and according to the integrity that is in me. O let the evil of the wicked come to an end, and establish thou the righteous. O thou searcher of hearts and souls. O God, who saveth the upright in heart. O righteous God, help me. God is a righteous judge. Yea, he is not angry every day. If he turn not from his anger, he will whet his sword and bend his bow and make it ready. He has also prepared for himself the instruments of wrath. He pointed his arrows against the persecutor, because the wicked has become corrupt and has conceived mischief and brought forth falsehood. He has made a well and deepened it, and is fallen into the pit which he made. His mischief shall return upon his own head, and his iniquity upon his own pate. I will praise the Lord according to my righteousness, and I will sing praise to the name of the Lord Most High. That was a good one too. I guess the Lord is vengeful, at least in the Old Testament. And maybe in the New Testament, I don't know. I'm kind of confused on that, but the Lord is slow to anger, is like abounding in love and slow to anger, something like this. So, I'm kind of not sure about the whole how to do all of that, to be honest, like the correct balance, but I think it is like you want to be like God, so because we're images of God, so you want to be like God. That's called theosis in the Orthodox Church. And so yeah, always have faith in God, and um, don't let people walk all over you, I guess, is a good point. I used to do that all the time, you know? And I always used to, like, kind of have mental gymnastics about it, like, um, and just kind of think from a different frame that I wasn't doing that as much, or that it was okay or something like that. And it's not okay. It's not a good thing to do that, you know? Um, but I guess like Jesus, like, you know, he said, "Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do." So um, it's not like he was letting them walk all over him when they killed him and mocked him and did all these things to him. He was like doing it for a different purpose. He was doing it for self-sacrifice, and so that people would believe too. You know, he all those things he had to do, and he was also praying, and he was saying, "Father, um, if this," I forget exactly, but I'm paraphrasing. He said, "Let this cup pass from me, not by my will, but by yours," or something like this. So he was like, it is confusing, but he is God, but he's completely aligned with God, the Father Almighty, because it's like a Holy Trinity too, you know, Father, Son, Holy Spirit. So they call it monarchical Trinitarianism in the Orthodox Church, but yeah, so that's the important thing, you know, have your beliefs set correctly. And we're not going to understand everything, because it's not in our plans, God's plans, God's will be done. But yeah, we have to accept the suffering, and it's kind of a weird thing, because it's about how you accept it too. It's like you're not reveling in it, you're not like trying to like seek it out and take it on purposefully. I don't think it's not really the purpose. It's like it comes with the territory type of thing. It comes with proclaiming Jesus as your Lord and Savior, and following His commandments. So yeah, and it's not all suffering either, you know. But anyway, I'm kind of rambling on here. I'm gonna go back to lying down. I think that the restaurant from Uber Eats is open. I'm gonna order some food because I cannot really move. So thanks be to God for that, and I might try and contact my brother to get in touch with my mom, because he said that her phone broke or fell in the water or something. So I'm gonna contact them to get them to come over here and help me, either my mom or my brother. I don't know, but see if they can come over and help me. Maybe keep me company. Okay. Alright, have a good day, everybody.